The 49ers, the people that came in after the news of the gold discoveries were published, the people that came in were from all over the world. Anywhere that the economic situation was a little dismal, or you had people that were sufficiently adventurous and thought that they could make their fortune, came. Several 100,000 people came in 1849, 1850. In this area, there was a large Asian Chinese population. We had a very large Italian population, and still do. The Italian names are written all over this community. When the 49ers, the first gold seekers came, they could go into the river and dig in the stream most anywhere and gather up the sand and gravel from the bottom, and with the gold pan, by shaking that pan in the liquid, the gold would sink to the bottom and would be concentrated in a pan. And of course, most didn't make it. It was like the lottery. But many of the people that came saw that their mother lode was farming or manufacturing, selling supplies. And as we go back through the history, we'll see that people reverted to the skills they had from the old country.
My great-great-grandfather came in 1848 to New York City to work for the Hudson River Railroad. By 1852, he was here in California and actually came to the property that was to become my ranch and established a garden with some partners. Once the Italians got here, a lot of them decided just to stay. It's a climate that's very similar to Italy. They brought with them the vegetables and fruits and nuts, olives, figs, the sort of things that they grew back in Italy. They were also very quick to plant vineyards. So you can look at old maps of Amador County from the 1860s and just find vineyards after vineyards that were on the hillsides. When the Italians came here, soon after the gold rush, they began to realize that they could claim land, which had to be an American citizen. So many of them became naturalized citizens very early on. The Italians became involved in just about every aspect of commerce that you can imagine here in a new community. There was absolutely nothing but trees and grass and shrubs. And then within a year or two, you have a town with thousands of people. There was no discrimination if you were European or American. So the Italian community were among the most successful, especially that first generation of pioneers.
There was a tremendous racial diversity in California starting in the mid-19th century with the gold rush. There was a line drawn between people who were of European origin and people who were Asian, people who were Mexican.
California passed laws prohibiting Japanese and ultimately other Asian groups from purchasing land. Italians were not subject to that, nor were any other Southern and Eastern European immigrants.
All the rivers had gold, and soon that was giving out. Once they got down to the hard rock, then the content of gold in the rock was so diminished that private people couldn't make a living off of it. It took a group of capitalists out of San Francisco to put together the money and the machinery to extract and recover the gold. And that's the mines that we're on in this Amador County, where some almost 8 million ounces of gold came out of that mother lode hard rock vein type deposits.